I've got my visitor today here. His name is Dr. Brian, the Motivator. Today we are going to spend our time talking about youth. We are going to delve into some few issues that we feel the youth, especially the comrades at all the universities in the world or in Kenya to be specific, needs to hear about. My visitor as usual today, I have Dr. Brian, the Motivator. So I welcome you, Dr. Brian, the Motivator.
Thank you so much. Happy to meet you once again.
Thank you. Brian, you see, people hear about Brian. First of all, would you tell us what are your social media handle platforms?
Yeah, Dr. Brian is an inspirational speaker. I'm an author as well. I'm an interviewer.
Yes.
Come on, next time I'll interview you vigorously and successfully.
I will appreciate it.
So Dr. Brian Motivator is my social media brand name.
Yes.
TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook page.
Yes.
We can link and we share a lot.
Okay. Brian, you for a very long time you've had a conversation in this country about the youth. You are among the youth in Kenya who are under or who are still in the tunnel of a comrade, or rather let me say a university student. What is your definition of a youth?
Yeah, being a youth is a critical stage in life.
Yes.
And being a youth has got a lot of privileges.
All right.
You have more time, you have a lot of freedom, you have more energy. As much as you have those three,
Yes.
youth is not about the age. But once you have energy, you have time, you have freedom, I still consider you a youth, no matter how old you could be.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is very nice. So you're saying youth is about the energy.
Youth is about being energetic,
Yes.
being fresh in your thinking.
Brian, you are among the few youths in Kenya who are they're putting their efforts to try and unleash the potential that is inside them. Do you think the youths in Kenya are doing enough in terms of their potential?
Yeah, there are youths who are really trying.
Yes.
And being that I'm one of them,
Yes.
then that one must tell you there's a certain youth who's doing well also in Turkana, Mandera, and different places.
Yes.
As much there could be some other lazy bodies, but there are people who are trying.
Okay. You are, as I've said earlier, Dr. Brian, you have written 2 books already, and one of them is Wealth Within You. Being a student in university or being a youth in university, what do you think are the potential opportunities for youth who are still in university?
You know, with this century of today, 21st century, if there's a century, people are making more millions than ever is 21st century.
Yes.
Because we are in the digital era.
Yes.
We don't need to walk from your house to your job place, but even at your bedroom, you can be working and get paid online. So there is so much money when it comes to, or reward when it comes to digitalization that we have today. So being a youth and being at the university can be now the best thing. You have a lot of access to the network, you have information, and you have people to consult, and you have the market. So there's so much you can do when you're at university. Yes. If I check, many people made breakthroughs in their life when they're at university. Mark Zuckerberg, who founded Facebook. I was a student at Harvard University.
Yes.
If you check, the person who came up with Apple, Steve Jobs,
Yes.
was a student from Reed College. Bill Gates himself, in fact, he has been dubbed as the most successful Harvard dropout who founded Microsoft, was a student at university. The question is, what are you doing at the university?
The question is, what are you doing
At the
at
university.
university? That's very nice. Dr. Brian, there is for a very long time in Kenya, we have now had a discussion about the education system in Kenya in relation to the outcome or the output of it in relation in terms of maybe employment. What can you comment about the education system and what we expect of it?
I like to say that as much as the education system could have some problems on it regarding the 21st century skills, but also I want to appreciate that changing a system of education is not a kind of a one wake up morning and you change.
Yes.
It really requires a lot, and much more. It also demands critical thinking and implementation, which demands a lot. Therefore, I can appreciate, because the government, you are now coming from 844 to CBC, which With me, I'm more comfortable with it. As much as there could be still limits, but then much can be done. But at the end of the day,
Yes.
at the end of the day, being a scholar or being a graduate is not so much about school. But the greatest school I wish everybody to form for himself or herself is personal development schooling.
Wow. Personal development.
Personal development schooling is beyond graduation. And that's the school that where everyone should place himself or herself.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to put this question in terms of a practical example that you have gone through. In most of universities, you will find that we have internet provision. We can say that comrades are provided with internet, they are provided with most of gadgets, which we can say it is an advantage to them. What do you think is the consumption of the, or what can you say about this provision of internet, which many lack outside the university system?
When we talk about internet in today's world, is that everything is digitalized. In fact, if you are not on internet, I'm very sorry for you that you could be missing a lot of things. As a youth, there are more information on internet. But there's one thing about internet. Internet demands discipline.
Wow.
Internet demands a lot of discipline because on internet in today's world, if you check on internet, there's a lot of negative things on internet that without discipline, you'll end up ruining your own mind. So in this century, as a youth with access of internet, if you utilize with discipline, you are good to go ahead.
Wow. So internet goes hand
With
in hand
discipline.
with discipline, true, in terms of what you decide to consume.
What you have decided. In internet, I don't know. Call I call it an oxygen. It's your choice. You are in control of it. So with the discipline, that's the controller.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That is very good. Another thing that I would like to know from you, Brian, better. You have had an opportunity to interact with a couple of great people who are probably professional in different areas in this country. What is your experience in terms of youth, right? Youth and their chances or opportunities to engage with people who are ahead of them?
That's a good question. But this is what I would say. I didn't know this until I got this experience of platforms. Good people are there. Good people are outside the world. And good people are also in offices. The most important thing is how do you present yourself as a youth? The most important thing is how have you branded yourself? Because when you meet the great, the worst mistake many youth do when they meet such great people, successful person, and is a kind of a very big confusion majority of youth has, is that when they meet a successful person, they ask for money. And the question is, if I may ask you,
Yes.
how much money can serve your life successfully?
I'm not even sure.
If you meet a great person, brand yourself and sell yourself to get opportunity.
Okay. If you meet a great person, brand yourself,
And sell yourself to get
self yourself, especially selling yourself positively.
Exactly.
Right. Dr. Brian, we have a conversation in this country for also quite a long time about unemployment. Now, in as much as this conversation seems normal, because we have talked about it for a very long time, but what do you think about the unemployment of today? Do you think the unemployment of today can be compared with the unemployment that happened maybe in 2000s and something?
Yeah, there is high rate of unemployment in today's world.
Yes.
And the good thing is it is not only a kind of a question in Kenya.
Yes.
It happens across the world.
Yes.
And this happens because of technology, or I can call it artificial intelligence, the world of robotics.
Yes.
Everything is going technological. And this makes me reflect back in a book that was published many years back, 1970s. I don't know where were you by that time. Even personally for me, I was not born.
Okay.
This is a book by a futurist called Alvin Toffler. Alvin Toffler wrote a very good book titled The Future Shock.
The future shock.
The Future Shock.
Wow.
The Future shock is a collection of prediction that this great man made that will happen in the 21st century. And perhaps majority of us will witness what is happening. The replacement of job, the AI, the disruption that we are having with technology, which is true. But there's a profound statement Alvin Toffler has made in one of the pages that says, in 21st century, the illiteracy is not for those who cannot read and write. But the literacy of 21st century is for those who cannot learn and relearn.
Wow. Repeat it again.
Alvin Toffler says
Yes.
the literacy of 21st century,
Today.
yes. 21st century,
Yes.
2024,
Yes.
2024,
Yes.
it is not for those who cannot read and write as we had known earlier,
Yes.
but the worst illiteracy of 21st century is for those individuals who can't learn and relearn. It's a very powerful statement.
That is a very powerful statement, but that I think every youth who is listening to this conversation, you need to take it that the problem that you are facing today as a youth or as a population is the problem that people are not able to learn
And relearn.
Dr. Brian, for this, I would like to see how you are going to do it for me. But I want you to tell me one thing about the, comrade, all right? We have comrade, which in quote I can say is a very powerful name during early maybe 90s.
Yeah.
What do you think is the position or is the state of a comrade today?
The state of a comrade, though, is a kind of a wide question, but
Actually, to put it clear, you see, when you say comrade, sometimes comrade can be defined in various ways.
True.
But let me put it, a university student. In your experiences, what can you, how do university student go through? You know, for example, the other day we had a news that there's a comrade who took his life after spending 15,000.
committed suicide.
Yes. What is the state of a university student today?
Yeah, so sometimes in this world of today, you get through internet, sometimes you get shocked.
Yes.
We also had a student who committed suicide because of a girlfriend and relationship matters.
Yes.
Then the other time there's one of dating. Then we have also had different cases, and we also see different cases of immorality amongst young people.
Yes.
You know, the state of being a comrade, I think it is a term that it being defined with maturity. In fact, university should be a measure of maturity of minds, on my perspective. But unfortunately nowadays we have also immature minds, and I'll not apologize for that word. Today we have immature minds in the university, and that could be the reason why sometimes you listen or you watch something and you wonder, which kind of scholars are we having in this century? Which kind of graduates are we producing? It's so painful. What am I trying to say? Being a comrade should be maturity of mind and should be reflective thinking.
Yes.
Thinking ahead and looking forward. It is by the art of being a student at university that defines who you are.
Yes.
It is at this stage that you shape your own life. I always say my parents have done the best and the rest of my success depends on myself, because I'm a comrade.
Yeah.
So when you're a comrade, you have a chance of being at any higher learning institution. Use that opportunity well.
Wow, that is very good. I want to know this again, Dr. Brian.
Yes.
Do you have a girlfriend?
Oh my goodness, that's a very good question, because you said university is about mind maturity.
Yes.
Oh, Brian is not dating, but Brian has many female girlfriends.
Female girlfriends?
I have so many.
You are not dating, but you have,
I have
female
many girlfriends. Yeah.
Guys, that is very conflicting. I would like him to elaborate more. That you have many, you don't have a girlfriend, but you have many girlfriends.
I don't know. The complication is,
yes,
and I think it's because of confusion.
Yes, yes.
We don't understand the difference between friendship, relationship, dating, and marriage. Those are 4 stages. You know, people today, young people are getting in love without knowing, or they are being married without knowing they are married. once you've engaged in sex, you are